Alright, so I guess for the past 12 weeks I have been training pretty consistently.
Alright, 20k, 21k.
It's the first time in a while that I've actually been able to train for a run and for my ankle to not give out and to feel pretty good about it. And I just went on my last little run before the race on Saturday.
21k.
Runners, please make your way to the back of the starting line. There's heaps of you. So we're just gonna try and crowd you at the back and then
Good job.
you made it.
And already I'm like, I want to train for an ultra. It's also been good because essentially having this to train for has held me accountable to get kind of fit and ready to hike the HEYO. Okay, so the HEYO trail is kind of more of a route. It's kind of described as an extremely challenging 800-mile backcountry route through some of the most rugged and breathtaking landscapes on Earth. It'll take about 2 months to complete, and come April, I'll be setting my first steps on it. Okay, so it was this time 4 years ago when I was heading off for the PCT, and man, I remember the nerves, the excitement, and the kind of complete unknown I felt when I was trying to get all of my gear, my life, my mind sorted. I'm about to leave to go to the airport to catch my flight to go to the PCT. I remember having this huge checklist and trying to get my life in order before I left, which of course was an impossible task. This time feels very different. This time I'm hiking in a team. I'm starting with a crew. And for someone who thought, you know, a Thru would be a once in a lifetime thing, to be heading out for the third time feels kind of like a dream. It is a sponsored hike, but the ultimate goal is still to head out there and have a lot of fun. I think the making of some kind of series or film will be the result of the four of us being stoked on filmmaking and telling the story. In regards to the prep, there's a lot. Like, you know, hiking gear, of course, camera gear, route, logistics, and the kicker, life admin for the post-trail homecoming. And this is the thing I'll be doing the most differently, post-trail prep. Like I said, this will be the third time I do this. In a lot of ways, the PCT for me felt like a hard reset. I think this time the trail is a bit shorter, but it still requires the art of packing up my life and detaching to an extent. I found kind of after time spent abroad and after 2 Thru hikes, I started to kind of master the art of that, but maybe not in the healthiest way. Because I remember there being a lot of broken hearts on the PCT and a lot of people in periods of transformation. And this was true for, you know, mainly for those of us who are on our first Thru hikes. But then of course were the veterans who, you know, second, third, fourth Thru, who just kind of now can't go back to normal life. What I've found after the first and second times coming home after a Thru is the sense of struggling to feel grounded. The feeling that I'm kind of ready to leave and go at any time. And I do think the ability to have detachment to things is important, but maybe not to the extremes that maybe I was having. And also maybe that's just part of being in your 20s, and maybe there's a lot of maybes here. Maybe Thru hiking kind of exacerbates that, but it does make building community, building relationships harder in some sense. you know, especially with this feeling that they have expiration dates. But I guess the more I've reflected, the more time I've now spent between my second through and this one upcoming, is that the effort put into building a home and relationships and community are kind of ultimately what make the experience of a through and the return worthwhile. So this time, what am I doing different? Well, I guess I've got a home to return to. I've got a house full of beautiful people I really enjoy living with. I have projects I'm stoked to pick up and start, or ones I'm stoked to continue working on. And I also have a physical goal. I really want to train to run an ultra. And I do have the mindset that my life won't be infinitely better upon return, which is kind of, it sounds naive, right? It does sound like, why did you even have that to begin with? And in some ways it did, but maybe not in the ways that I had expected or hoped for. Because you don't suddenly have all the answers. You don't figure it out on the trail. So yeah, this time I guess I have the mindset that, you know, good things take time. And when it comes to post-trail dopamine depletion, it's reminding myself that, you know, mood follows action. And my through hiking identity is just one small aspect of me, not the most interesting thing about me. I feel like it goes without saying that it is a super privileged position to be in, you know, to take yourself out hiking for months, to have that time for yourself. But I've also found how important it is to acknowledge that it's okay and healthy to allow yourself to feel the lows that come with the return home. Anyway, I am in this kind of slightly terrified state now, slowly reaching levels of stoke with reckless abandon. It's normal, you know, we're fine. It's the best mindset to head into it through with, right? I think so. Anyway, hey Duke, 2023. I also just wanted to thank Squarespace for sponsoring this video. SponCon, here we go. You guys make great websites. Well, making a great website, super easy. And actually, I think Andy, who reached out to me to begin with to do this through hike, found me, he contacted me through my Squarespace email, my little contact me box. I think it's just great to have, you know, a landing page somewhere on the interwebs. Yes, I have a code, Eleanor Osborne, to get 10% off your domain name or website. So go use it, support me. I'll be leaving in March for 2 months for another through. Can you believe? Here we go again.